Guys, thank you for checking out this review tutorial, whatever you want to call it, of a social media scheduling tool called Social Champ. Now, to true transparency, I'm just going to let you know that Social Champ reached out to us and offered a free account for us to do this review. So just want to do this review of the software. I have not used it yet. I've gone in and did some initial setup, but I've not scheduled anything in it. So as we go through this, there's things in here we will be seeing together for the first time. Now, as you know, there's a lot of scheduling tools that are out there, some of which Hootsuite, that has been around for many, many years, extremely expensive on the monthly basis. And we'll actually go through and look at the price comparison of that near the end of the video. So here we are, we're inside a Social Champ, and the navigation seems pretty clean. And we've got our calendar view. And I don't know about you, but I love using a calendar view when scheduling content because I can actually see where things are. And the other part that I liked when I went in here was when I set things up in the settings, it allowed me to turn on holidays. And I got to pick Canada, which is where we're at. So we have all the holidays that are showing up in here. So what we're going to do is just go through some of the different menu items in here and discover what it is that this offers. All right. So first of all, what I like to do is go into settings, right? So in the settings that are up in the top right-hand corner, it looks like these are the settings for the calendar or the section we're in. So we have time format. We've got week start on Sunday or Monday. I prefer Sunday being that way versus Monday. Kind of throws me off when I see a calendar that has Monday. And then here's our holiday toggle on and off that's there, which is great. Bottom left-hand corner, we're going to go into the main account settings. We got all the different stuff here, your two-factor authentication, notification settings. This is a fairly well-built scheduling tool, especially if you have a team and there's team members creating content and you then have to approve it. So you'll be able to have post approvals, failures, because sometimes using an API, things fail when they publish. We've got publishing options, Instagram auto crop. We're not going to go through everything in extreme detail here, but we create our workspace. So I just created mine here and I added all my social accounts to it, and you can create all the more other ones that are in here, especially if you're on the growth plan. It says you have unlimited workspaces left, so you can create other ones. I'm assuming this would be used if I was doing it for clients and I wanted to create a workspace to manage their stuff in there. That's where I would go ahead and do that. And then we got our post-approval workflow here. This is in beta for beta access, so we're not going to go into the details on that. But what we're going to look at here is the social account section and what you can actually connect to it. So you see here I already have the Facebook page, my LinkedIn, my Instagram professional, and my business LinkedIn connected here. But we're going to click Add Social Account. We'll see all the different options that are here. We got X, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube. So let's go ahead and connect some of these that I know I have access to right away and can easily do this. So we're going to click on that. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to find my channel that's there. And we'll see all this stuff, manage, view. Okay, perfect, no problem. We have a lot of blind trust that we do when we're doing these things. And there's our page, so we can check that. And we're going done adding, and now that's added. Now, what else can we add in here? So we got TikTok in here if we wanted to add that. Let's see if we can add that. So we got our profile or our ad account. So let's go and see if we can pull up the profile. And there it already knows my profile. So click go on that one. So pretty clean. You know, if you simply add a TikTok for direct scheduling, that's fine. That's coming back here. I guess we have to do something else. They're all turned on, so I don't know. Maybe just had to do it twice. Each of these platforms have different requirements with the API. There we go. That's allowing us to do that. So we're going to come back to settings, social accounts. So we got our business profile for Google Business. So we're going to add those in there. The reason I'm going through this is there's probably things that you can do, especially from the reporting side, because a lot of scheduling tools will allow you to schedule stuff out, but it doesn't give you a lot of details about how things are performing as you go through. So I'm going to go through and find my page in this list here. For some reason, I can't find it easily, so I'm just going to search. There it is. Done. All right, so I can do up to 10 accounts in here. So what else we got to play with? So we got the Google Business added, Apple Store, interesting. Oh, for reviews. So if you're doing apps, people are leaving reviews, you can get all that pulled in there. G2 if you're a tech company, and you got data and messaging, you got Google Analytics. Let's take a look at that one. So we're going to add in our company page. We'll continue. We'll hit OK for continuing. And it's fetching the list. Now we've got a lot of Google Analytics accounts in there, so this may take a moment or two for this to come through. But so far, the function of adding has been pretty clean and pretty easy. And there are a lot of different systems in the past that haven't been that easy to do. So let me see. I don't even know where my page would be. There it is. So many categories, so many options. So I'm not going to go ahead and add, up to the 10. We'll stop at this. We'll get into the fun stuff. So we got tracking in here. So right now it's turned off. We can turn that on. So that's for the Facebook page. What's this? Google Analytics tracking in here. What's this? Create new. Okay, so I guess it's going to connect my links that are in my social accounts to my Google Analytics to be able to see the reporting. That's kind of cool if it can do that. So let me just do that for my one there. Oh, look at that. So campaign. So source. LinkedIn. We'll just leave the source that's there. Product or slogan, paid ads, differentiate, make it unique. All right, so hit save on the right-hand side, and we'll leave that right there. But you can go ahead if you want to do more details in that. Link in bio. What's this? Link in bio. So for this, you can get your own page here. So let me take a look and see what that looks like. I don't know what this will look like when it comes up here. Okay, so it's that, and then check out the link in bio, no post available. Okay, so if you don't have one, you can use that as a short link in there. I'm going to leave it off. Editing so publish a post, you can do that. You can edit the profile. Okay. Yeah, it's all right. We tend to build ours out, on our website and everything for our own pages. But if you don't have anything, this will work really well for that. Cues, link shorteners, right? So now you can connect a link shortener tool, I think, Bitly, right? So if you want to connect that for shortening your links. And then what do we got for integrations? So we got Google Analytics, which I think we already connected. So these are connected integrations. Connected integrations, 1 of 3. Okay. So champ.ly, which is obviously Social Champs shortener, is here. We got ChatGPT, so sync leads and contacts to ChatGPT directly from your Social Champ workspace. Interesting. So let's go see. Okay, we got to use the API key. So we're not going to set that up right now. HubSpot, Salesforce, those are all here. Google Analytics. I don't know. Okay, we did do that down here, so I don't know why it was telling us that we didn't. That's pretty much it. Okay, so that's the settings side. Let's go in here and look at the calendar options that are here. So I am going to create a post for this Easter Sunday, which is coming up in 2 days from the time I'm recording this. So let's go here and say create a new post. And what I want to do is I notice that there are AI features here, this little robot for AI tools. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and work with that. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to say Content Wizard. So we're going to say, so type the prompt we want to generate to text. So I want to say, right? Actually, I have one that I did in ChatGPT. I think I did it over here. No, I'm just going to redo it over here. So write me a Facebook post from our Blue Cow marketing page to be an Easter Sunday post. Okay, we'll give it a very basic one. Actually, let's also say make it funny. Let's just see what it comes up with here. So it's working its magic. As we see more of these tools have this kind of thing here. So happy Easter, Blue Cow. Thanks, they're full of chocolate surprise. Remember your hunting. Okay, perfect. So we'll leave that like that right now. And let's generate an image to go with it. So generating image for this content. So this is very much the same workflow I would do in my ChatGPT when creating content. Now, obviously, my ChatGPT would be trained for my voice and everything. So we'll see what this comes up with, because I did create one already in ChatGPT that I may use, depending on what this comes up with. So this may take a moment or two for everything. And we see we have prompts down here. Looks like if we connect our GPT, then we'll be using our tokens from there. Okay, so pretty fun stuff here. We got an egg, we got a cow walking around, and I got a cow. So I like this one here. So we're going to click on that. We're going to apply that. All right, so it looks like that will work in here. And what we had at the, how do I go ahead and put that? Oh, send to composer right there. So it's going to move it over. Look at that preview there. That's our page. And like any other one, you can pick other pages, but we're just going to do this one here for that. And this may work on my Instagram. So we're going to check that, and we're going to add that to Instagram as well. Okay, so coming down, we got our post options. It's obviously a post. It's not a reel or a story. We could do first comments if we were putting links in here as well. And then Instagram options, same thing. You can go ahead and do all that kind of stuff. And then with my big old head out of the way, we can schedule down here. So scheduling April 5th, and it says 12:57 p.m. So it does pick the current time you're at. So that's the time when I started this post on this day, which is Friday, Good Friday. So we can change that time to be anything we want. Let's just go, let's bring it back a little bit to, let's do 8:46. All right, so we're going to click schedule, and we're going to schedule that out. Okay, so that's that one. Now, what I want to do here is I want to create a different one for LinkedIn. So we're going to hit this plus sign again. And we're going to try the AI wizard this time and see if it gives a different type of content for LinkedIn. Now let's actually, I think we're going to pick LinkedIn here. I don't know if that's going to have anything to do with it. Maybe it might help in it know the style that we want. Let's go in here and say, let's do a personal LinkedIn post for my personal LinkedIn. That's probably repeating myself many times. This is to be a Easter Sunday post. Make it fun. Let's give it some other prompts, because I'm going to say like no emojis. Don't use emojis. I don't use emojis that much in my LinkedIn stuff. And start with a question. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw that in here. It's working its magic. So what was your favorite Easter tradition growing up? Today I'm celebrating Easter Sunday by embracing and enjoying connection to the annual Easter hunt, whether it is filled with chocolate bunnies. Okay, all right. Let's do the same type of thing. Let's generate an image based off of that and see what it comes up with. I see that we see the AI wizard has the other stuff. So a running history of stuff that you've done. Looks like you have a brand voice here. I don't have it turned on. So that's really interesting that you have that brand voice because it's going to help you in your content creation. So let's just see what we're going to have for generating content. All right, so we have this. Here, I'm just going to choose that one. Apply that selection. And we're going to send her over to the composer. All right, so it took the image, but it didn't take this. Oh, there we go. So I can send that to the composer. Did it work? No, it didn't. So I needed to actually send it to the composer first. Okay, that's an interesting thing. It looks like Canva here, designing Canva. We are updating Canva. So, okay, so at the time they are changing that. So yeah, so that was an interesting thing. I can't go back and actually update that. I'd have to start over, right? So let's just start over here. If I do this and go here, pull up that, can I send that to the composer? I can't. That's interesting. Sometimes that's a little bug or whatever, but I could copy that tag. Oh, it's not going to let me copy. Can I copy it this way? Interesting. It doesn't allow me to do that. So I'd have to actually go ahead and redo it. That's something I think that they should look at fixing. Just one of my little issues here. So let's just go ahead and redo a prompt and see if it does, pretty much the same thing. Yeah, okay. So it did the same thing. So send to the composer, and it's not sending it to the composer. Okay, interesting. Hopefully that's just a bug in there. But what we're going to do here is let's make let me take a post that I already did in another window, put it in here, and we're going to see about uploading images. What does this look like? So we can upload. We've got media library of previous ones, free images, AI images. We can look through here. GIFs, Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox. So you can have all your images in here and direct links. So let's just upload from the PC. So there's this little image that I created. It's uploading that. I'm not going to do it on my personal one. I'm going to actually do it to my LinkedIn Blue Cow that's there. Okay, so we're going to schedule that April 5th. That's at 1 o'clock. That's fine. And let's just schedule that. Okay, so we did some scheduling. We ran into a little glitch there. So that's fine. Not all softwares are 100% bug free, but we can work around that. So in the publishing window here, what we see is we've got our publishing content that we put in here, our drafts, our media library, our queue. So this would be anything that's coming up by the looks of this. So there's our social account, and obviously we can pick it based off of our pages. So we'll see all those posts that are there. Suggestions. Okay, so what do we got here? So what are some suggestions we're working on? So let's look at Go High Level. And the region, we'll keep it on that. Let's put it to Canada where we're at, see if anything comes up. Go High Level Las Vegas. Software, right? So these are like news things that are showing up. Suggestions, TechCrunch. You can add an RSS link in here if you've got a blog that you follow or anything like that, or your website. You want to put it in there for easy scheduling. You can add your RSS feed in here. And then you can obviously turn these things into posts, right? Let's just see what we got here. This is back 2025. Let's do AI marketing. And we're going to go keep it on there. For some reason, it likes to do these news ones, which is not really what I'm wanting on the Google News. So we're going to pass on that, but I'm assuming there's probably a way around that. If we click on Mashable, what have we got down here? This is how we work. So we can pick this here, and I think we could do AI. And does that actually pull it from TechCrunch? No, it doesn't. Okay. So these are just the suggestions of other news items that are there that we could work with and play with. And we can obviously add the other ones in by these other RSS feeds, which I think will show up in this list. So let's just see here. If we go high level RSS news, see if they've got one. Feed for blogs. Is this an article about how to generate? That's one, how to generate it. Schedule a post. That's going to be one of the problems with going through and trying to find one for an existing site that's there. Is especially if it's a software, it's just going to show you your help article and doing it. You can bulk upload, auto RSS. Don't have any RSS feeds. What auto RSS would do is it would automatically pull it in and automatically generate the posts from everything that's coming through those. With advocacy here, dashboard, my feed, launch your first advocacy campaign. Okay. So I think that might be like influencers. We can manage advocates here. Let's see, invite advocates. Email, department, internal employee, external partner. Okay, so yeah, so probably like influencers, getting them to schedule content and have the feeds that you can pull in from here. So if they're doing stuff on their social, you're probably able to see it and you can republish it along the way. Let's take a look at the analytics side. So we're going to click on this. So we're going to see obviously the accounts that we choose in here. So one at a time. Now it's not pulling anything in from my LinkedIn. It may just be only when I start to post them that's pulling them in. But we got some results that are in here. And over time, you'll see your stuff go up and down with any analytics. So it looks like pretty good. Top hosted videos, best times to post. And the more that you use this, the more you will see that stuff show up. Cross-platform analytics, no account selected. Sample data. Let's see what sample data would look like. Okay, TikTok, LinkedIn. Yeah, like I said, I'm just created this account, so a lot of stuff hasn't been turned on or formulating for a while. Social champ, what's this here? Data unavailable, post performance. So the more that I post, the stuff will show up. Network overview, competitor analysis. So we can actually look at first account to start using social champ, add social account. Okay, so you can search for your competitor in here and see how they show up. Google Analytics, so again, connect the account. I thought we did that in the beginning, but maybe we didn't do it fully the way they want. And if you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. We're about 21 minutes into this video. I've been on a lot of tutorials before, reviews, and people are just over the moon glowing about everything. And you're like, well, is it actually that easy? Well, I've been in the software world for quite some time now, and not everything works all the time, right? So far, I mean, from what I'm seeing, it's an impressive software. It can do a lot. I do like that workspace option of having multiple workspaces in there because especially if you are an agency or you're dealing with multiple brands, you can go ahead and do that. Now this is going to actually crunch numbers and do all that stuff. So we'll get past that. Label analytics, custom analytics with labels. Okay. So you create a post and we must be able to label them and then pull them up in a report. And engage label analytics. All right, so there seems to be a lot of stuff going on that we can work with. Engage. Okay, so it's like a centralized inbox. So you got your Facebook, Instagram, like all your inboxes here. Usually Facebook, Instagram are the two that we're going to be working with. These are locked for, because I don't have the upgraded account. So you must be able to pull in these as well. But you can see your users in here. You can click on this. You could respond. You can add a note. So you just have it internally. You can see where it came from. Looks like there's automation rules that you can create in here. You can have 6 with the growth plan. So be able to automate some things that are happening within your messaging. So this is great to have, especially if you got multiple people on your team and don't expect them to go into your Facebook or Instagram pages, or they don't just have access to it on their personal level, that they can go in here and manage these conversations. And then listening, what's this here? Start listening. This will be fun. Coming analytics, start tracking alerts. So almost like probably like Google Alerts. What's this here? I'm gonna put my name in here. Oh, these are keywords and tags. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna put my name in there. Keywords. Put my name again. So where it's going to look on the sources and then select the Facebook pages. What's this coming up here? It's like LinkedIn pages. So these are the sources. I don't really know what to put in for these pages. It's not going to let us do anything unless we do that. Don't know what we got. Grab, okay, so we can add ourselves in there. Oh, so it must be like when you're looking up other accounts that exist. You can see that stuff. Okay. I'd have to think through how you or what you'd want to do. Probably if you're looking at review pages and news pages, that might be what that would be for. LinkedIn, I'm just going to go. Let's just ours come up here. Maybe it'll let us add this at this point. Save. There we go. So it's going to go in. It's going to fetch some posts and alerts where you're mentioned. Takes up 10 minutes. We'll send you a notification once it's done. Awesome. Okay. So what do we got up here? Feedback. So you can give some feedback, submit a ticket. overall, I mean, I like it. I like what it has to offer, and what it can do. It can add notes, obviously, in here for your team to be able to go in and see. Maybe it's like, hey, this is a meeting date. If you got people in here and you want to have like social meetings, you can go ahead and put all that stuff in there. So it just works in this big calendar here. So yeah, let's take a look at how they compare price wise. I didn't really get to that in the video when we first started. So let me see pricing. Look at Social Champs first. So social, how many accounts do you want to connect? Okay, so it's based on an account basis here. So let's say I did 7 or 8. So my price, what you saw was in the growth plan, is $64 a month in here, obviously US, and that's based off yearly. Let's look at the monthly. Let's go in here. Let's put in the 7. So 63, and that's what we're going monthly in here. So that's what you get, all that stuff. They do have one up in this custom for enterprise. You do have to get a custom price on that, or starter, which is unlimited scheduling. The only difference, I think, is you don't get the postal approval, the client management, social listing, or competitor analysis. So if you're just doing your own stuff, this is probably the plan that you could work with. Now, they do have a comparison to, they're doing actually a campaign to compare themselves to Hootsuite, which has been around for many, many years. So I have that open here for Hootsuite. Let's just take a look at what their pricing is. $199 per user per month, 10 social accounts, right? What a difference. $200 compared to $63, right? So no brainer that this would be a far better solution, in my opinion, especially for the small business solopreneurs, even small agencies that want to do, connecting the accounts. Now, I don't know if, let me just go look here, because it was 7 accounts. This is spaces. So we did 8 accounts here. If I wanted to create another space here, so let me just call this client account and go next. Is it going to, okay, I see how this is working. So you would have to use up your amount of accounts that are connected, right? So you don't have unlimited accounts with this. You do have the amount that you're paying for. So for example, if we were doing the billing, let's just get back to the pricing, wherever that was. Maybe change plans here. Where was that? Settings. Get rid of this, go back here. I don't know where the pricing page went, but it was like $63. We had 7 accounts that were there. So if we were doing, 2 accounts per client, right? Instagram, Facebook, we could probably, well, not probably, we would be able to do 3 client accounts, 3 workspaces with 2 of them each, and have an extra account left over. But if you're doing that, you'd be able to afford just upping that price each time for your clients. So it's no big deal that way to move forward. So if you have any questions about what you saw, or you want me to dive deeper in a different video on a specific feature, please leave it in the comments of this walkthrough down below, and I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. So thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, hey, you're a trooper. Listen to me ramble on for this whole thing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do that. And again, leave a comment on this video about anything that you want to know, or any opinions you have. Thanks.